Hello everyone and welcome to another episode in our Snippet Manager tutorial series. Now, this video is going to be a little bit shorter since it is Christmas, so I'm just going to probably cap it at closer to 10 minutes from now rather than the normal 15 to 20 minutes. So where in the last video we left off on processing our user input, and this is kind of what we have to do. I guess this is a little bit vague, because we need to also, like, when processing user input, in addition we need to, and we've already done this part, we need to check for Q, and then we need to check for terminating character, or terminating, character, and then lastly we need to kind of, I guess, check keyword against our, against snippet dictionary. So basically our snippet dictionary is the list of all of our snippets, and we want to check our keyword against that. So we've technically already completed this part too, check for terminating char, and we didn't get to test it last video because I had a little bug, and again, it turns out at some point near the end of the video I deleted this line here, and I experienced this bug also on the first episode in this. This line is very important. Without it, none of this will run, basically. Like, it'll run, but it will, it won't really. And I just realized, all right, this is a little bug too. I'm not sure when I introduced this, but interesting. I don't know why I included it twice. I'm going to leave this for now, but normally know that you would only want to include it, or no, I'm just going to change it here, IO hook. Just want to keep it uniform. So this will all be lowercase here and here. Okay, so we're going to demonstrate what we did in the last video. Let's go ahead and kind of cd into our folder, and then do a node index.js. Great. So now remember, when we type in our Q like that, hello world, and then we type in our terminating character, which is a minus sign. Okay, so good. We get an error, which is a step up from the last time. Assignment to constant variable, and there we go. That's a problem, because we have our user command variable as a constant, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, constant user command equals, but we actually just want to make it a let, because we're trying to update it right here and remove that terminating character, so that's valid. So let's rerun our program and then type this in again. Hello world, and then we type minus, and then boom, we get command hello world, just like we were looking for in the last video. And that's all good and correct. So now we've successfully managed to be able to basically get our keyword. Like, we type in this, we type in our terminating character, but in the end we have our code return us just what's in the center, which is what we want, because then we take what's in the center and we check it against a dictionary. Now, in JavaScript, a dictionary is, oops, did not mean to open command line. In JavaScript, a dictionary is basically just an object. So we can just create temporarily, we can just create it right here in this index.js file, const word dictionary or something, and then we just create an object. And if you don't know what JavaScript objects are, again, you can check out my video on JavaScript for Beginners tutorial series, which is on my channel on the homepage. And I talked a little bit about, or there was an episode about objects in itself. So we want to say const word dictionary equals, and then let's add an entry for hello world. So hello world maps to goodbye world. So this is just a test case right here, and then we can say test equals test working. So we can add 2, and it kind of replaces this. Yeah, sure, that's fine. It's the same thing, but it just removes the quotes around it. So yeah, test is maps to test working, and then we have the command here. So one, like, brute force method, which we actually will, we won't end up using, but we will use for now just to test with, is we will loop through every single entry in this dictionary, and then we will test it against our our code just to make sure it works. So the way you can actually loop through an object and get each and every entry individually is we have to do object dot entries, and then we could say we want to loop over the word dictionary, and then this returns us an array. So then we can run a command called for each on an array, and then it gives us a function like this that, if you know ES6 syntax, it's better, or you could type function here, and that function takes in an array of strings, which is the key and the value, and then that function, and then you can do whatever you want with each entry. So if I console.log, and then I use a template string, and then we say k colon, and then key, and then v colon value, this should be working. My bad, I misplaced the parentheses. I think that should work now, yeah. So if we just do that and we just print our key and value, let's retype in hello world. Hello, oh, okay, let's mess that up. Oops, clear, and then let's rerun it again. So let's go ahead and type in hello space world minus, and then we get here k hello world, v goodbye world, k test, v test working. So we're getting each of our individual entries, and instead of just printing them, we could also say if, and let me end our program for now, we could check if our user command is equal to the key, then console.log replace colon key arrow value. And let's see how we're doing on time. Okay, we're almost out of time here, but let's go ahead and just finish up this little segment of code. So again, we type in hello space world minus, and it just says command hello world. And I guess that's probably because console.log user command. Okay, so they're not, it's not saying they're equal to each other for whatever reason, and I need to figure out why. So console.log user command space key. Okay, let's just compare them really quick. Oh, no. Node index.js. Hello space world minus. So hello world, hello word. That's my bad. See, I typed in hello word right there. Okay, so there we go. Now we can do it properly. So I'm going to remove the console.log I just made and redo this. And again, we type in boom like that, hello space world, and then minus, and it says replace hello world with goodbye world. And this is kind of our first step. We have successfully been able to process the user command, check it against our dictionary here, and then say, hey, we found an entry, why don't we replace it with this? And you know what, actually, we might end up just using this method because figuring out like a try and doing all that might take 1 to 2 episodes in itself to kind of properly explain the data structure. Again, I've been linking this whole time this HackerRank try here in the description, and that actually would be a very good exercise. Would be to, instead of using this method here, use a try instead to check for the word dictionary, and that would, one, make the code more optimized, and that's what I did in my personal program. But on top of that, if you watched my other episode on how to learn programming languages as a beginner, or just how to learn them, a great way is just to build stuff yourself, and that's what makes it most memorable, and that's also what allows you to kind of learn to look stuff up as you go when you don't necessarily know like all the pieces. And that's really a large part of software engineering. So I'll leave that to you to change. Again, you would want to come here into the HackerRank try video. This video is in Java, but the kind of knowledge is extendable to JavaScript. Or if you want to even look up your own JavaScript try tutorial, then you can do that. But try to upgrade it. So yeah, If you want to see the other videos where we implemented the other parts of this program and we planned out what we were going to do in this program, you can check out the playlist, which is linked in the description. I've been uploading daily. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications whenever I post new videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.